UNRWA, the United Nations Relief Work Agency for the Palestinians, has been defunded by the United States because they killed a lot of Israelis on October 6th. So what does the vice president's daughter do? Well, she's raising money for that terror supporting group, and the vice president has done nothing, nor has President Biden. Kind of shows you what they're thinking, doesn't it? Let's start off with our favorite vice president, her
Donald J. Trump. Are we talking about Trump?
her stepdaughter, which is the second gentleman, I guess you call him. His daughter's name is Ella Emhoff, and I got to show you before I tell you what she did. This is her. She's a very happy young lady. This is a picture she posted. Her T-shirt says "hot person at work." Maybe it's warm in that room. That's all I can figure. I don't know what that means, but she's got a lot of tats. And she is the daughter of the vice president's husband. And it is her stepdaughter. That's not the bad part, the tattoos and her T-shirt and her happy, gotta love this kind of face look. But rather more disturbing is what she's been doing with her time. As you and I know, because we've talked about it on a number of shows, UNRWA, United Nations Work for Relief Agency, which is the only charity in the world dedicated to one specific group of people, the Palestinians in the Middle East. UNRWA was very, very involved in October 7th. There are incredible amounts of video and photography and phone calls and recordings and posts on Instagram, Twitter, and so on, where UNRWA employees were bragging about whose head they just cut off, or which mom they just kidnapped, or what baby they threw in the trunk of their car, and so on. It's gotten so bad that even the United States, run by a wildly left-wing government, courtesy of Joe Biden and his cronies, the United States has cut off money to UNRWA. It's that bad. It is a terror group masquerading as an aid agency. Well, Ella Emhoff, hot person at work, has been publicly raising money for UNRWA. She wants it refunded. And she has her father's support, and so on. It was posted on her personal Instagram, and the New York Post reported that the vice president's daughter is raising money for a group that supports terrorism and slaughter of innocent men, women, children, and so on. The New York Post said, "We urge Ms. Emhoff to go on the website of UN Watch and read the reports of how UNRWA teachers and school principals systematically promote and encourage jihadi terrorism and the slaughter of Jews and participated in those murders openly, proudly, and those posts still exist." There's a list of people that were killed by UNRWA workers, and Joe Biden originally had refunded UNRWA after Trump took the funding away because, as he put it, it's a terror organization. He's right. Donald Trump was right.
Yes.
And Joe Biden put the money back. And he's funded $730 million to these brutal killers since he's been in office. Although right now, UNRWA's money is suspended because even Joe Biden can't get away with giving money to terrorists until people forget, like in a few more months. But the point being is this classy first daughter, hot person at work, is openly raising money for UNRWA because she's got nothing better to do than raise money for terrorism. What say you, independent thinker?
I got in trouble for being an independent thinker.
Haven't we all?
That over there on the wall, over there. It's the point that you have someone that is actually pushing for, a terrorist group to help a terrorist group is pretty terrible. Yeah.
Facebook Jail Police Department, Will Johnson.
Reason, free thinker.
That's great.
Free black thinker. That's the reason.
That is great.
Take the mugshot.
You vicious criminal. I had no idea of your nefarious background.
Yeah, who are you dealing with here?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I guess right now I'm in Facebook prison. But anyways,
All right, so defund the police. Let Will Johnson out.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's really interesting that how you get these people that are so hateful towards another group of people, hateful towards America, and they get funding. People pour money into that. Organizations, companies pour money into that. Like it's a really good cause, and makes me wonder what's going through their minds while they're doing this.
Well, kids do stupid stuff. I mean, I have kids. You have kids. I can make you a list.
But she's an adult now.
Yeah, but
she's an adult.
Maybe her dad ought to say something. Maybe her stepmom, who's the vice president of the United States, who's a heartbeat away from running the world, God forbid, maybe you ought to step in and go, honey, change your shirt, maybe get less tattoos, and don't raise money for terrorists. And not in that order.
But they don't care. They do not care. You know what, Barry? I realized something. I've been watching this show called Masters of the Air. It's really good. It's a true story based on what happened in World War II. And I remember the Americans were fighting, and these were the planes, right? And some of them got captured, and they showed a whole bunch of Jewish people in these trains, and it was just a horrible scene.
My mom and dad and grandparents and aunts and uncles were in those trains.
So have you heard about this? Have you heard about this series? It's called Masters of the Air.
No, I don't know that.
Barry, it's really good. Actually, it's really good, and it actually showed the truth. And there's some horrible scenes in there, but it actually showed the truth of what took place. What my point of bringing it up is that the same mentality, the same evilness exists today. It exists today. And not only does it exist with the Palestinian people wanting to do this and some Muslim communities, not all of them, we're going to be real here, but a great deal of them. But there's a lot of Democrats in the United States of America that had the same mentality.
Oh, yeah. The
same mentality. They believe that they shouldn't even be able to exist. I mean, and then they turn around and they try to act like they're friends with the Jewish community here in America because they want them to keep funding them the same way they do black people in America and even Latinos, Barry. We're your friends. We're here for you. Keep supporting us. Keep funding us. But it's all a lie. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people continue to support it when they know the truth about them.
Well, that's one of the things that you and I, as our missions, because of our backgrounds, you're educating black people. I'm educating Jewish people that the leaders of your community, the leaders of my community, may not have our best interests at heart.
Ooh, that's a true statement.
The speeches that don't align with the deeds, like Reagan's cabinet said, if you want to know what we're thinking, watch what we do. Don't listen to what we say. Words are cheap. Deeds carry weight, right? So, Biden makes this great speech, go Israel, blah, 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 and then he funds UNRWA. And then he can't even have his vice president correct the family member who's raising money for an organization that openly killed Jews in Israel.
Barry, he's wanting to stop Israel from eliminating Hamas. And now there's I'm pretty sure you're aware of this. What's the last, how do you say it? Rafah?
Rafah.
Rafah? Yeah, the
last city in Gaza.
I mean, if they really just wanted to wipe out all the people, just drop a bomb. Be done with it. Just drop a bomb. Israel, they could just, we got them all in one location, drop a bomb and call it good. We'll call it a day. Nope, we don't have to worry about it ever again. But for some reason, Israel's showing compassion. For some reason, Israel's saying that we're gonna go in, but we have to go in boots on the ground because we don't want to harm innocent people. That's the only time you do boots on the ground, Barry. is when you want to make sure you want to go in and you just want to rate the locations where the terrorists are holding up at. Because other than that, if you actually wanted to harm people, just sheet of glass and be done with it.
60,
I mean,
60
if that's what their
seconds,
goal
would be
was.
gone and Hamas would be no more. 60 seconds.
Yes. But Israel's showing compassion. They're probably going to drop leaflets again, say, hey, we're getting ready to come in, everybody. Okay, here's a warning. And now, I mean, and you have Joe Biden telling Israel, as if Joe Biden has any authority to tell Israel what to do and what not to do. It irks me to no end. He's saying that you need to cease fire and stop. And Benjamin Netanyahu said that, look, we'll do a leadway. We'll do this. If they can release the hostages, we'll prolong it. But I don't think they're going to release the hostages. And sadly, Barry, I hate to say this. I hate to even think it, but I'm gonna be realistic here. I think the worst has already happened with the hostages.
So do I.
And I don't want that to be the case.
They killed most of them.
Yeah, I don't want that to be the case. I want a miracle to come out of this. But if we're gonna be realistic here, Hamas are nothing but animals.
I can't correct the words you said. I think you're right. And if it was any other army in the world, if it was Russia, if it was communist China, if it was Saudi Arabia, if it was Iraq, Iran,
Australia,
Rafah would be glass. It'd be a parking lot.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
And then everyone would be really upset for a month, but there'd be no more.
If that.